Hi friends, welcome to my channel. To support my channel, please like and subscribe. Today I'll be doing a collective reading about messages from the ancestors. And please keep in mind this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's begin with the reading for today. What are the messages from our ancestors? So the first card that I got is Teach and Share. And this is the card. So what I'm being told by the ancestors is that I think in this lifetime it's very important for you to teach and share. So you may be somebody who's very gifted and someone who's very spiritual. You may be having a lot of spiritual knowledge. So you're being asked to literally teach and share your knowledge with the collective, whoever needs it, because the ancestors are saying that this knowledge is supposed to be shared. The more you share, the more it's going to help the collective, and there are a set of people who really need this knowledge at this point of time. I also feel that you may have had a past life wherein you were a Buddhist. If you see in this picture, there are a lot of Buddhism happening over here, a lot of Buddhists. You can see a lot of monks over here. So I feel that you've had a past life wherein you have been a Buddhist, and probably you also carry information from a past lifetime, and slowly in this life, you would be guiding people through the knowledge that you've gained from your past lifetime. Another thing that the ancestors are saying is that, be open to love. They somewhere feel that you're kind of closed off towards love and relationships. And the reason, I wanted to know, what is the reason? Why are you not open to a love relationship at this point of time, So what the ancestors are showing me is that somewhere you feel that you're not good enough, You are lacking self-love. You feel you're not good enough. This could have happened due to a past relationship wherein you may have had a partner who made you feel that you're not good enough, and due to that probably you're lacking in confidence, and whenever you meet someone you tend to self-sabotage. It could also be that probably because of ego or because of fear of whatever happened in the past, so you have this subconscious fear wherein you feel that things will go wrong again, because probably you've had a history wherein you've had a lot of betrayals, and this has caused you to have fears and frustrations, in terms of relationships. I pulled out a second card for you, and again, this was a confirmation, this is the card that I got, backstabbing. So definitely you've been heartbroken in the past, and there has been some kind of separation and loss, a lot of backstabbing. I think you've attracted partners that were very deceptive and people who've lied to you in the past. So this has probably kind of made you closed off in terms of relationships. So that is the message from the ancestors, that was probably a karmic cycle, that you had to go through. But that is not what's going to happen in the future. So be open to love, and definitely you're going to have a very fulfilling relationship, and it's going to be a good relationship. It's not going to be anything like what happened in the past, it's going to be something different. You're being asked to basically change your perception when it comes to the past. Let go of the past, The ancestors are saying that, whatever you went through, it was just meant to teach you. Yeah, this was not a punishment. This was just to teach you the difference between a good relationship and a bad relationship, basically. Learn from the past, Yeah, so that is what they are saying. Be open for a relationship. Don't be closed off because of all the things that have happened to you in the past. And that's just a past karmic cycle, it's not going to happen again. You're also being asked to connect with your spirit guides, this card is there. So, I also feel like your spirit guides are constantly guiding you in terms of sending you insights and guiding you when it comes to your soul purpose, And whenever you see an eagle in the sky, this is an indication, that your spirit guides are communicating with you. And they also communicate with you in the form of an eagle, So whenever you see an eagle or a kite in the sky, that's a very strong sign that your spirit guides are around you, and they're watching over you. I wanted to ask your ancestors, like how should you connect with these spirit guides, how this collective should connect with the spirit guides, and with the ancestors. And the card that I got was, basically you need to light a candle, make an altar, light a candle, probably burn an incense, and give some kind of offering. This is how you're supposed to connect with them. Try to also send like healing energy if you can, especially if you're a healer. If you're not a healer, then probably just light a candle, give an offering. So that is what the ancestors want you to do, and this will probably strengthen your connection to your spirit guides, to your ancestors. Another thing that they're telling me about this spirit guide is that the more you connect with your spirit guide, you're going to experience a lot of freedom. Yeah, the freedom card is here. This is the card. So you're going to experience a lot of freedom, because the more you connect with them, you're not going to feel like you're caged, They're literally going to set you free from all your problems. So try to connect with your spirit guides. They are also here to bring you karmic justice. So probably you are going through a karmic cycle right now, but that is going to change, The scales are balancing for you right now. That is what I see. Another thing that they are saying is that connect with nature spirits, Supposed to connect with nature spirits like fairies and elves, Try to spend a lot of time in nature, and this is how you can probably develop a connection with them. You can also create an altar for them, just like how you're going to do for your ancestors and spirit guides. So this entire team is basically working for you, So this is the message from your ancestors. Another card that I got is again, like how to identify, especially when it comes to the nature spirit. So they're definitely going to leave signs for you, So notice the signs in nature. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of signs and symbols, So spend a lot of time in nature. You're definitely going to notice a lot of signs and symbols when it comes to these fairies and spirit guides, and elves. Yeah. I also got another card, connect with past loved ones. So your ancestors, they really want you to connect with them. Like I said, create an altar, probably give them some offering, light a candle. You could offer them a food, a gift, water, whatever you like, or probably the things that they like, You could study about your ancestors, what kind of food they liked, what kind of clothes, what they like to drink, and you can offer those things to your ancestors. This will also help you to strengthen your bond with your ancestors. So they really want you to do that at this point of time. And the more you do that, it's also going to increase your financial health, So keep doing that if you really want to be prosperous and you really want a strong connection with your ancestors. Do that. That's going to really increase your financial health too, Another thing that the ancestors are saying is that, maybe you're working a lot, you're doing a lot. They really want you to take some time out to rest, So take a lot of spiritual bath. You could do this at home or whatever relaxes you, Do that. Take some time out to rest. You could do that at home, That is what they want you to do. Another thing that the ancestors are telling me is that you really need to clean your space, yeah, and clear the energy. That will really allow you to literally re-energize your life. This is the card, yeah. So make sure you make your environment really aesthetic and harmonious, clear the energy, light an incense, and clear the space, because this is where you spend a lot of time, right? So that is what they want you to do. Also, another thing that I'm being told is that the more you teach and share your knowledge, and the more you're committed towards that, that is really going to bring your soulmate in your life, So this commitment card talks about being committed towards your life purpose, towards teaching, whatever you're meant to teach as a light worker in this life, yeah. And the more you do that, that's when you're going to meet your soulmate or your life partner, and you need to be committed towards your work, because the more committed you are, that's when you're going to really find commitment in terms of love, It's going to also bring a lot of prosperity into your life. So I personally believe that you're not going to really meet your partner before you fulfill your soul purpose. So make sure that you fulfill your soul purpose and everything will align in your life, There's going to be a lot of happiness, a lot of joy in your life. And that is what I see, a lot of new blessings in your life. And just make sure you follow the guidance of your ancestors, connect with your ancestors, connect with your spirit guides, try to connect with fairies and elves, It's all these people are literally helping you with your soul purpose, they are there, I think it's taken a lot of time in your life because you were going through a karmic cycle, but that karmic cycle is coming to an end. And also know that right now your focus should be your soul purpose, not a life partner, The moment you start, sharing your gifts and you start working towards your soul purpose, that is when you'll meet the right person, and everything will fall into alignment. And also in terms of prosperity, I see the same thing for you. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'll be ending the reading here. And thank you so much.